So reports indicate 23andMe, they went public. I think it was like $10. Then they dropped to like 30 cents. And every one of the board members resigned in disagreements with the CEO. Now the CEO said that they're going to take the company back private again.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this is a drastic drop off from $10 to under 50 cents.
34 cents right now.
It's crazy.
In a short period of time, and then going public, trying to go back private. What's the future of this company?
When I first saw this on you guys' page, I was shocked. I mean, the performance of the stock has been horrendous, but when everyone stepped down, that signaled trouble. My first thought was, if you're going private, it's a lot easier to sell that data than if you're a publicly traded company. I don't know if there'll be the benefactor. The same way whenever there's a cyber attack and all of our data gets leaked or sold, allegedly. I wonder in the next few years, will they take this data with the advent of AI and have derivatives of that data that are sold off to other companies for other purposes? I'll keep it clean like that. So, but the stock has performed terribly. The shit worse than the NFT, worse than the meme stock. But I think the right thing has been done. But when the entire board steps down, we'll talk about the music industry later, about a bunch of people stepping down. That's never a good sign when people step down in mass like this. But what do you guys think? Do you think this is going to take the company in the right direction, or do you think it's misguided to go private?
The company has never made money. It has never been profitable since it IPO'd in 2020.
Yep.
Which is interesting. I think the idea was great. I think they're taking it private after everybody steps down. Obviously, red flag, red flag. I think what's going to happen is somebody's going to acquire this. I think from a biotech standpoint, from a genomics standpoint, somebody's going to look at the value of the data that they've already collected, having people take their DNA, send it in, and somebody's going to use that, all the data that they've collected already, and find benefit for it. So I think acquisition is the next step, which is, I mean, there's still going to be a buyout there, but for anybody that's invested in it, this is tough. This is a tough fall.
From $13 to 34 cents.
34 cents. Yeah.
That's ugly.
Super ugly. Yeah. And so the CEO's name is Ian Wojcicki. So
kudos to her.
Yeah, kudos to her. I mean, it was her idea. I know her sister recently passed. Her sister was the former CEO of YouTube. She passed recently. So there might be, personal situations going on. And maybe some focus was lost along the way. But yeah, this is a tragic fall.
Yeah, this space is promising, but between this and Theranos, if I was investing in this space, I would stay away for 10 years until you can find a viable way to do something with the data. And it's interesting that, like, with all the GLP-1 drugs, that no healthcare company took a stab at wanting to get that data. Not Lilly, not Novo, not United Healthcare. Like, no one wanted, because you would think that would be an easy acquisition target.
Well,
no one wanted to touch it.
Legally can't get the data. I'm pretty sure it's HIPAA laws against that. So it might not be as easy transferable legally to just give somebody's DNA. African ancestry.
If you want to send mine, though, you see me a little attachment file.
Oh, it's a data breach. Another one.
Sorry, we were hacked.
Sorry. They took over our computers.
African ancestry. You familiar with that company?
Yeah.
Give us the history on it.
Well, they're one of these companies, but they do it from African American standpoint, as far as like, so these companies, they do it like they'll do your families from West Africa, Germany, and they do like, they just, it's more boring. But they were the ones, African ancestry, they went to like all of the different tribes in Africa and actually got DNA from them. So they pinpointed down to the tribe. So they're like, your family's from the Fulani tribe, and northern Nigeria, or your family's from this tribe in Mali. So it's like a lot of times for Black people in America, Black people anywhere in Western Hemisphere, honestly, whether you're in America or Jamaica or Trinidad or Brazil or Colombia, you didn't start there unless
Yeah.
you're a Native American, but I won't even get to that point. But for the most part, there was millions of Africans that was transported from Africa to the Caribbean, America, and South America. So that gives you some level of clarity, not only like the region that your ancient ancestors came from before they were shipped over to the Americas, but like specifically what tribe they belong to. So yeah, that's a little bit. But it's like specifically for like Black people in the diaspora, because obviously everybody doesn't have that same curiosity. But if you are not familiar with exactly where you came from, then that's the one that's actually designed for like Black people in the diaspora.
If
The
you're interested.
failed scientist and doctor in me wonders if that data will be sold to make targeted genetic-based weapons against us at some point.
When you say the data, you mean like the data from, because there's a bunch of companies that do it, right? So you mean like just in general, like the space?
Just in general, and not against one particular company.
Yeah.
Because I'm in a
Just
great
in
mood, but
It's
well, I mean,
it's alarming.
That could be true for any hospital that you go to. I mean,
It's true.
all the data is a swab, right? Of your, it's a saliva swab.
yeah,
So I mean, hospitals have blood, they got urine, they got
yeah,
So I mean, I'm with you, but if that's the case, then we're all screwed. And to go even further, I mean, if you have TSA, then they have your fingerprints, they have your
clear.
they have your
Retina.
they have your retina information. So I mean, we live in a day and age now where, I mean, there is no privacy.
Yeah, privacy's been dead.
And everybody has your information. Like I said, I mean, if you've taken a drug test before, like you give it, like everybody's information is all over the place. So theoretically, that could be done at any level possible, right?
Yeah. If they come out with a lemon pepper swab, though, that's when you know the attack on.
Let's find all their DNA
for real
and biohack their DNA.
Interesting.
Maybe it's happened already.
Like what do we know?
Could be Supercell. It's like Supercell, right? That's the premise of the show.
Yeah. Anything is possible.
Believe me, I believe you.
Yeah.